Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the nature of playoff baseball is back and forth. There's momentum shifts. I give our guys a ton of credit. Number one, this was a bounce back game for us, and they did just that. And then to lose the lead late like that, and then to come right back and score a run was huge. I thought those at bats by Cal and Julio were tremendous, just a huge momentum shift back to our dugout, and then Mooney coming in there in the ninth to slam the door. This is what it's like. I mean, this is playoff baseball, so you're going to see this, and it's good to come up on the top side of this one.
Go in the back middle.
Dan, you mentioned Cal and Julio. Obviously, it's a team effort. A lot of people contribute in this one, but when everything's on the line, your two guys, the guys have been doing it all year. Just to have those stars step up, how big is that to have that in your pocket? Those two guys with the big at bats there late, but you can't overlook everything else that happened today. Polo with 2 homers off of one of the league's best, if not the best, and just 2 great at bats there to give us a little bit of a lead. Outstanding ball game for him, and another hit later, infield hit. And then what the Rock did for us on the mound, tremendous job of getting us to where we needed to get to, and kind of give it back to the bullpen that did a tremendous job again tonight, defensively doing what we needed to do. Some good at bats. I think even some unsung at bats in there where we put a few pitches on Scuba, which was key for us. But all in all, I think it's a team win from top to bottom. But those two guys certainly coming up big late.
Go in the middle of the second row, Charles.
Dan, can you just speak a little bit more to what you saw from Luis today? All year, he gets better as the outing goes on, right? And you saw that the shaky first few innings, and he seemed to settle in. What did you see from tonight?
Yeah, I thought he really settled in, especially second time through the order. I thought, just really started to dominate there. And I thought, again, the good fastball, using his secondaries extremely well, like we have seen, getting the punch out. And I think he has been in those moments. We talked about it beforehand. And when you get back in those moments and that adrenaline starts flowing the way it was, I think that he was not going to be denied tonight. And certainly, it was getting to the point where we might have had to lift him with no hits, which is, that's a tough decision too. But just a great ball game from Rock, and at a time when we really needed it. It seems like, he's done that all along. And down the stretch, we had some big wins that he kind of stepped up. Tonight was another opportunity for him, and he did exactly what we needed him to do.
We'll stay in the middle, second row.
Dan, just talking about guys stepping up. You've talked to us all season just about your team's resiliency and then attention to detail. How did that play out tonight?
Yeah, I mean, resilient in a lot of ways tonight. I think, again, to bounce back from a tough one last night, extra innings, and to come out today against, one of the league's best pitchers. And we've done this before, and they did it again tonight. Some great at-bats, and just, a tough night, to come back from something like last night, but they did it. They found a way, and that's resiliency. Seems like there's no other way around it, but they were able to find a way to do it tonight. And then, just from top to bottom, I thought, again, guys doing what they had to do to get the W tonight. Bullpen outstanding. That's not an easy role in those tight games, but I thought they all threw the ball well. And, just a good team win up and down today, and a chance to travel, get a little rest tomorrow, and then be ready to get back after it on Tuesday.
Stay in the front middle, Mike.
Dan, going back to Julio and where he was at around the All-Star break, what did tonight teach us more about the kind of makeup and approach that he has that helps him meet the moment for the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, the second half that Julio had has been tremendous, and we've seen these great at bats, all along in the second half, and I think his maturity here that he has kind of experienced throughout the season has really paid off, and we saw it tonight, and just coming up huge there. That's a huge RBI again. Talking about momentum shifts, and grabbing that lead right back after losing it. Is so huge, and to stay in that moment, to not try to do too much, that says so much about Julio and what he has done for us all season.
Go Ryan on the left.
Yeah, how easy was it to go to Gabe there with Carpenter coming up, and then also just leaving him in, knowing he can still get out the righties after the little patch?
Yeah, it's like almost deja vu all over again. I thought Gabe came in, as he did last night when he got his time to get in the ball game, just continued to pound the zone like he does and really attack and to be able to do it in that situation again, get us back in the dugout, keep that lead. And then, again, to go back out, this is playoff baseball and threw a lot of pitches last night, but right back out there again tonight, going 1+ for us and reaching down. And that's where everybody is. Everybody's reaching down at this point and giving everything they got, and they leave it all on the field. And that was what, Gabe did tonight for us again.
We'll go one more with Brady.
Dan, leadoff walks last 2 nights have hurt you guys late. How do you maybe balance the pitchers being aggressive in the zone with not wanting to make that crucial mistake late?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's little things here in the playoffs that make a big difference, and we've talked about that all season long. Leadoff walks can be costly. Sometimes it's not. But sometimes it is, and eliminating that as much as possible is huge. But I thought Matty threw some good pitches when he had to, got us out of that inning, even though it was tied, and then allowed our offense to take over from there.